All right, step 5, applying the algorithms. This is again where you have an oval around your algorithm and you talk about how you have 2 or more algorithms combined to make a new algorithm using mathematical or logical concepts. So for row 5, how do you get the point? Selected code segment implements an algorithm, so this is one algorithm, that uses math or logic, and it explains how the algorithm functions, and it describes what the selected algorithm does in relation to the overall purpose of the program. All right, for the decision rules, you are allowed to utilize library calls or other language functionality. The response can also earn the point even if the algorithm was not a newly developed algorithm, for example, finding the minimum value. And the mathematical and logical concepts can be a part of the selected algorithm or part of either of the included algorithms. So that's the 2 or more sub-algorithms that make up your whole algorithm. It can be part of any of those. Here are ways to lose the point. The selected algorithm is a single instruction, or the selected algorithm consists solely of library calls to existing language functionality. A way I've seen people to lose this point is just using event listeners, and so their entire algorithm is just library calls to existing language functionality, and they did not get their point. The selected algorithm does not include mathematical or logical concepts, so make sure you have some mathematical operations or logic. Another big way to lose this is only describing what the algorithm does, but doesn't say how it does it. Make sure you explain how the algorithm does what it's doing. Another way to lose the point is to not explicitly address the program's purpose. Make sure you mention the purpose and how your algorithm achieves the program's purpose. Another way to lose the point is to not have your oval around your algorithm, or by selecting the entire program instead of just a section of the program as the algorithm. Then the scoring notes over here are just some vocabulary explaining what logic is, what mathematical operations are, what iteration is, and what selection is. And we switch over to the Chief Reader report. Main ways people lost their points were they identified an algorithm with math or logic, but they did not describe what the algorithm does in relation to the overall purpose of the program. So not only do you need to say what the algorithm does, but why you're using that algorithm to make the whole program work. Or another thing a lot of students did was they described one of those two things but not both. For example, you could have said, here's how the algorithm relates to the whole program, but they don't explain how the algorithm functions. Or they could explain how the algorithm functions, but they don't show how it integrates into the program. High scoring submissions, so that's submissions that got the point, describe what the algorithm does in relation to the overall program. So for example, they explain why both of them are important, and then they will say what the first one does, and then how it reacts with the overall algorithm, and it also says how the second one interacts with the whole algorithm to make the entire algorithm function.